everybody! Welcome back to Sofa Spouses.
Sofa Spouses.
I'm
It's
Gabe.
finally here!
Yep, it's finally here. We're finally here.
He's Gabe. I'm Amanda.
Yes.
Sorry. I'm just excited.
Yeah, we're excited because we finally get to review Michael.
Woo! And
man, it was a good movie.
Yeah, it was.
Oh
Very
my
good
gosh,
movie.
that was a really good movie.
It was.
We're huge Michael Jackson fans, so it was just so good. And I actually, the movie actually revealed a lot of information about Michael's life that I honestly didn't really know. Granted, I never really did a lot of research into his life, so I don't really know. But man, that was a really good story. But the way we're going to go about this is I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys what I thought, my pros and cons, and then Amanda's going to give her thoughts and her pros and cons, and then overall, we definitely recommend this movie.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it yet, go see it. Definitely go see it.
By the way, no spoilers because this is first weekend.
Yes, this is the first weekend, so no spoilers. We're not going to talk about spoilers. Anything that we talk about, this is basically general information, things that were in the trailers, things that people know about already. Except for maybe one thing that we might talk about.
Because it's surprising.
But anyway, so, and I think it might be general knowledge now. But we'll.
Yeah, I haven't.
By
seen
now,
any
it's been a couple of days since it came out,
so
I'm sure it's probably common knowledge now on the internet because the internet goes fast.
Yeah, honestly, if it is out there, I don't know how I missed it.
Yeah, I know. So, but anyway, so my thoughts was mind-blowing. This movie was really good. Probably the best biopic I've seen in a long time. I really liked Queen's biopic.
Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody was so good. It was such a good movie, but I can't. This movie is just so good. It just everything about it. It just all of the storyline, the way they portray Michael, it's so good. But it's I'll go ahead and talk about my cons first, the things that I didn't really like. It did kind of feel like the pacing was a little bit fast.
I agree. I agree on
the
that a little bit.
Might have been a little bit too fast. I felt like they kind of jumped through things. There were a few parts that I felt like they could have hung on a little bit longer.
But the fast pace almost felt like Michael because he was.
Yeah, he was all over the place.
He was very fast, and
he had a fast-paced life. So I mean, I guess it makes sense. But
yeah,
as a story, though, it feels like
that.
it kind of went a little bit too fast.
Some of it, yeah.
There weren't enough points where you could just kind of sit and think and kind of sit and absorb what was going on. And I felt like there were a couple of scenes that could have been lingered on a little bit, but
maybe I'll say that when I make my point.
Yeah, but
the other point I get to make.
The other con I think that I had, and it's difficult to find cons in this movie, guys. I'm sorry, it really is.
Yeah, it is.
It's difficult. I felt like the beginning of the movie felt a little bit disjointed. Like the very beginning of the movie felt like it didn't flow fast enough or not fast enough, but it didn't flow easily into the movie. I don't know. It just I do like how they kind of tied it in from the beginning of the movie, kind of ties in with the end of the movie, which we'll talk about the end of the movie here in a little bit. But
just him walking.
It didn't really feel like it. I don't know.
I think they could have had a better
jarring.
intro than just.
It felt a little bit jarring going from that scene to just boom, childhood. It just, I don't know. It could have been a better transition, I think, a little bit. But anyway, so those are kind of my cons. Things I loved, music tie-ins, so well done.
Yes, the music tie-ins.
They were
some
very
of the best
well.
music tie-ins
Some of the
I've ever
best
seen
music
on that,
tie-ins
on a movie about an artist.
So really good. I loved all of the references to all of the little things that he had. All of finding out how a lot of these songs, these classics, were thought up. You know, how I loved finding out his the way that he thought, the way that he created things, and the way his mentality and the way he came up with those things. Whether or not those are actually the way that he came up with them or not, I'm sure they probably did a lot of
involved.
They probably did a lot of research to try to look through his journals and whatnot.
Family's involved in everything.
So I'm sure that the family was involved. So I'm sure that there was a lot of work that was done into the story and the script. It was so good in that area. The cinematography was good. Mm-hmm. It was very good. It could have been maybe a little bit better, I think, in some scenes, but there were some that were just fire. They were perfect.
That elevator scene where he comes out in that one famous outfit.
Yeah, that was really pretty good. I loved a lot of the scenes.
The shot of the crowd in Times Square.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. And the guy really just nodding the...
Yeah, that was really good. So, but yeah, those were my thoughts, my pros. The thing that really stuck out to me, that really kind of, and I don't want to go into too much depth with it, but it is common knowledge about Michael's life, but it was really hard to watch the scenes where...
And I will, before he says this, I will preface, only one.
Yeah, there's only one scene.
There's another one that's hinted at.
There's another one that's hinted at, but it's only one scene very close to the beginning of the movie where Michael is disciplined, I guess you could say. It definitely was a little hard to watch.
Yeah.
But
it shocked me because I didn't think they were going to touch
I didn't think they would go very much into that, but
I believe they touched that pretty well in if anybody knows if American Dream Draction is streaming somewhere, let me know, because I remember seeing bits and pieces of it, and I'm an Angela Bassett fan. I didn't realize she was in it. And the guy who played Michael, unfortunately, he passed away quite young. I saw, because a lot of comparisons have been coming out.
Right.
And it looked really good. I remember I didn't watch it, and I think that's how my mom told me that happened, because they showed one scene. I was like, "What?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, he was not a nice man."
No.
No.
So yeah, those were my thoughts. What were your thoughts?
If Jafar Jackson does not get an Oscar nomination either this year or later, which will explain why I say that in a minute. It's gonna be a crime.
Yeah.
If this young man wants to be an actor, he just sold.
Yes, he did. He just did.
He can. I was very impressed. The first moment where you hear him singing the booth, and I looked this up, so you can go. I looked this up before I said this because I want to make sure. A lot of the live was a blend of Jafar and his voice. Mm-hmm. But if he's doing a cappella, it is him. And I went to Gabe. I said, I think that's him.
Yeah.
Because it's not that he doesn't sound like him. Like because I remember when they first said Jafar Jackson, and I found out he was. And I was like, oh. When I first heard Jafar Jackson, I was like, oh, what? they're getting someone from the family to play him, and I found out he was one of the brothers. Is it Jermaine? Yeah, Jermaine. I think it's Jermaine. Correct me if I'm wrong in comments. I think it's Jermaine.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, okay, well maybe he can sing, at least.
Yeah.
And then, but then I kept hearing, oh, he supposedly can sound like Michael.
He moves like him.
Can move like him, like crazy. And then I saw that first still they released of him doing the Beni's thing.
Right.
That actually really cool black and white photo of that. And I was like, okay. And then I saw the trailer and I was like, okay, he definitely sounds like him. And he looks like him.
Yep.
But man, oh man, were they right.
It was kind of creepy.
I did not think about Jafar Jackson at all.
No, I didn't.
The only thought I came was this man, if he doesn't get one, it's a crime.
Yeah.
It's a crime. Because, whoa. And that might be why they were originally shooting for October. I think it was originally, and then it went to April.
Yeah.
But it's still April, which I think still kind of meets the deadline, or maybe that could still work. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm not sure exactly how Oscar deadlines go.
Yeah, I don't know exactly.
But I think it kind of still works anyway. I think once May hits is when you're like, okay, done.
But man,
Coleman Domingo, I think that's his name. If I'm wrong, I think it's something like that. The guy who plays Joe, very good. I forget who played Catherine, but she did a good job in it.
So the family was well done.
Yeah, the brothers.
The brothers honestly didn't get as much screen time, but they were there. But
this is Michael's turn because they have had a turn about the family, which is the American way, which I think is why when he said on the pacing, which I do agree with him about as a con, a little bit. I think that's why they kind of paced it because they were trying to focus on Michael, and then that story's kind of been done, and a version of that story well received by fans and stuff. So, yeah, I thought it did a really good job of showing how the abuse affected him. Because if you ever watch the Oprah interview, there's the famous Oprah interview with him. There's one scene where I think it's the Oprah interview, but there's an interview with him where they ask him about it, and he definitely says it was not, and you can tell by the look on his face, like his whole demeanor just changes. And the Pepsi thing was shown very well. I did see something where Jafar said, I was reading something, favorite scene. He said that was the hardest scene in this film because he didn't realize like how bad it was. How bad it had been. Yeah, I didn't realize he almost died. I just thought it was an accident and they stopped it right away. And
I thought, he
still got badly hurt, but
I didn't realize there was that.
No,
much.
I didn't realize he almost died.
It also revealed the fact that he needed to take pain medicine for the rest of his life.
Yeah, probably.
And could have been what ended up leading to his death.
Or addiction.
More and
more. Because that's what happens. You start out eating and then you need it and then you start kind of irresponsibly.
Yeah, you become dependent on it and
But and the vitiligo was touched really well, I thought. I'm glad they showed that was going on way earlier.
Yeah.
And Jafar talked about that too.
And it's interesting, that's the primary reason that he wears the glove.
I caught that too.
I always wondered what the glove was all about.
It might have been granted, it's Michael being Michael. Michael was very eccentric.
But at the same time, the glove, is covering something up.
But let's see. Cons are hard. Cons are really hard. No, the Way You Make Me Feel for me was very sad.
Yes, that is kind of sad.
I forget what album that's supposed to be on. Is that supposed to be on Bat? Yeah, maybe we will get it. As you'll see here in about a second.
Yeah.
But because I think that was on Bat. I don't think that was on Thriller. But anyway, if I'm right, let me know. If I'm wrong, let me know. So maybe we will get it. But this con for me was I think they missed an opportunity with the Thriller, which is Thriller segment
was pretty good.
It's a lot less than I thought it was going to be.
Less, but man,
and the
it
way
was so well
they
done.
kind of talked it up. That's kind of because it was a lot less than I thought it was going to be, but it was amazing. The transition to it is amazing. The makeup, I mean,
yeah,
that is where he most freakishly. I mean, he looks like him. The trailers did not do how much justice he looks like him in some shots. It's weird. In some shots, it really is weird, and I don't think the trailers did that justice at all.
Trailers did not do it justice.
But the ones when he's in Thriller is almost scarily.
It is,
but it is kind of funny because it's could we please get a shot?
Can we get a wide shot?
He's on this zombie make.
Yeah, he's on this.
And I can so see that happening. Can we get a wider shot? You know, Fred Astaire really like. So I think they missed an opportunity to have someone come in and like. I think how they could have ended it was they could have because they show him as they lead up to it. There's a lot of montages, but I think they were trying to speed up that part just because it's been said.
Yeah, and
they wanted to put a lot of emphasis on Michael's story and more than just the songs, which I appreciate. Because Bohemian Rhapsody was really good, but the songs almost... And the songs
felt like they did take most of this.
Yeah.
The story kind of felt like it took a back seat.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But I think they missed an opportunity because they show him watching horror movies and getting inspired by it. Mm-hmm. And they show Vincent Price.
Yep. But they don't show him getting contacted.
They show... Yeah, and I think they missed an opportunity to have... him go, I want Vincent Price. And then like
them going.
Then showing him like in this then showing him in the studio, you know, like doing it, and then show the video and then end with in this segment with that. Like in the studio, Michael
it could have been great.
And Michael just going like the smile.
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect. But anyway, so I think they missed an opportunity there. But like I told Gabe, I don't know if you could, and I'm not saying there aren't good actors today when I say this. I really don't know if you could find someone who could do a really good Vincent Price impression anymore because it was such a different kind of actor.
He was such
a different kind of actor, and it, you know.
Yeah, he was such a unique actor. There's just nobody that can pull off that look and that sound.
Probably somebody could, but it'd be very hard to find, and they probably knew it would be, and they were focusing more on Michael. But I think they missed an opportunity there, because I know there's like recording on like the Thriller that I got that they kind of have them laughing together about it. Like they supposedly had really fun with it. So it would have been nice to see that, and he really wanted him,
right?
And they only give him credit by just showing him watching one of his movies.
Yeah.
And I
mean, it's a decent tribute, but it's not.
Yeah, and I think he deserved a little bit more than that.
Like
I was scared of Vincent Price for years because of that song.
Yeah.
I kid you not. I will not go into why I was. But yeah. Yeah.
So.
Anyway. So that was one con. See if I can think of another con, because you did 3. I think we might have seen a scene with Janet. Because I came out and I said, I thought they hired someone to play Janet. And we might have seen the same with Janet, but we're not sure. Because there were some sisters that, like, still, I think, aren't as in the spotlight as some of them. Because there was, like, 7. 7 brothers. It was like 7 kids.
Right.
Something like that. So I think it was 7 or 9. 7 or no, I think it was 7.
I don't really know.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was 7 or not. No, I think it was 7. I don't think it was 9.
I don't know.
But there were some that are not as much in the spotlight. But we definitely saw LaToya, which I didn't mind. And the girl they got to play her, there was one scene where I was like, oh wow, she really looks like her right there. I didn't realize he had all those exotic animals.
Yeah, that is a surprise.
Can I get a llama?
Their house was a zoo.
Can I get a llama?
Can I get a llama? No, absolutely not.
In Top Gun, he played the lawyer. He did a really, really good job. I liked him. Yes. And I think his name is Miles. I think his last name is Teller. I might be thinking. But anyway, he did a really good job. The guy who played his bodyguard, I'm not sure the actor's name, but he did a really, really good job. He did a
very good job.
I liked. I did like that they showed that he really didn't have a childhood and how it impacted him. You know, they show him like buying all this stuff at the toy store, and then they're showing you that. Oh, I didn't really appreciate this scene, and I know it's a brother thing of them making fun of him not having sex. Because then we're gonna do some real twisters. He's like, you guys are no fun anymore. And they're like, oh, Michael, don't be like, you know. I didn't really appreciate that because a lot of people make fun of that, and
yeah,
I think that's jokes been done. It's his biography. You don't need to joke about that. If you grew up the way he did and was abused, you might
be the same way.
Yeah.
So
and as far as there were a lot of good scenes with kids, and I'm not even gonna touch on what I think about that whole situation, because that's not what this is about.
Nope.
I really like the fact that it focused on. The Prince line was great, though.
Oh, yeah, that was
If fun. I don't come up with a new song, they're just going to give it to Prince.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's very paraphrased. But, so I wonder how real that was. Because the family was involved, and I think a lot of the brothers were, too. So, that could have been a real thing he said, which would have been funny.
Yeah.
It was like that one. I still haven't watched it. It was kind of like that one famous shot from the Whitney Houston documentary they did. Mariah Carey, she's off key. It's like, you tell him, honey. No. And I do like Mariah Carey, so don't act at me on that. I always thought that was hilarious. It's just kind of funny. Comparing. So, and I have not watched the Whitney Houston biopic yet. I want to. But anyway, so, all in all, it was a really good. The concert scenes were great.
They were awesome.
The costumes were great. Okay, so if you have not watched any reactions to the original trailers or whatever,
or one dude
who's a Michael Jackson
impersonator,
and I want to find his reactions to the movie because he went over, oh my gosh, the costumes are great. Was it the trailer or was it just like a snippet they did? I think it was the trailer.
It was the trailer, and he was reacting because they had
he said the costumes were so great and accurate.
They were very accurate, but he was flipping out because
they had these striped pants from the victory tour.
From the victory tour.
And I'm like, I looked at Gabe and I go,
striped pants.
I look at, we need to find his reaction to the movie because I'm sure he has one maybe, and I want to see, we get a whole scene with the stripe. That's going to be his reaction. We get a whole scene.
Yeah, the whole scene.
Which is all the scenes are really well done, really well acted. But anyway, so if you watched some of our previous videos, you may have heard that we talked about how there were rumors that this, or if you didn't hear it from us, you may have heard it from somebody else. Yeah. That there were rumors that this movie was going to be split in two, possibly. And we both were very adamant Lionsgate has,
Had
and they
not
still,
said-
as
They
I
still
said,
haven't-
they
as far
still
as we
have not
know.
officially said, like, where it's gone out in press.
Yeah, as far as we know, anyway.
As far as we know,
But
they still had not said, so maybe this is how they're doing it, and then they're going to put the articles out that officially say. All I'm saying is just because it says this, Lionsgate has not officially come out and said this is happening.
right, but
so, and then there were rumors that they had to change things due to some of the things regarding the allegations, and I don't know how true that is. This really doesn't have anything to do with that. There were problems. Supposedly why it was delayed till now. Because it was supposed to come out April last year.
Right.
Same time last year. So, because it was originally supposed to come out in October before, then it got moved to April last year, and then it did that.
So, but
anyway, so when we watched Christian Harloff got an early screening, lucky duck.
Yeah, lucky duck.
So, we watched his, like, out of theater. And he bobs around because he can't really say anything because releases aren't done. Because they have to wait to say any review until, I think it's called, embargo.
Right.
Embargoes. So he was still waiting on embargo, so he was really hopping around. And he said it's good, and he kind of said, and, I forget exactly what he said, but he was definitely hopping around that there was two certain things he said was definitely hopping that. And I looked at Gabe and I go, is he saying there's two?
Was he saying there's two?
Oh, there's at least a hint at a two.
Yeah.
And, because I think he said something like, it wasn't really in there, and then I just said something else. So I was kind of curious, like, what is he saying? So I'm watching the movie, and I'm going, endpoint? Okay, no endpoints yet. I'm like, okay. This is weird. And I was starting to think, and even before this happened, I was starting to think, was he right? Was that what he was hitting? I was thinking, or is that was he? Because we're not really getting a finite endpoint. And honestly, to me, I will say this could be a movie, because it really does kind of go into detail how he broke away and got away from Joe.
It could be a good movie by
Joseph,
itself.
yes.
But
interesting.
To say,
so like I said,
yeah, I know you're getting to it.
I'm sitting there thinking, wow, was he really hinting at that they're hinting at too? Because I'm endpoint? No. Okay, endpoint? No, we're not really getting endpoint. And they go on the one shot, because it ends with Beat It, which is a really great song to end it on. Not Beat It, I'm Bad, which is a really great song to end it on if you watch the whole thing. I love that. Really good. And they show him do this wide pose, and it stops. And I went, oh, really? They're just going to end it with a pose? And then I was kind of disappointed.
And then, boom.
And then, boom, it says, his story
continues.
And I literally...
yeah, you actually...
Because I was... From what... granted, Christian Harloff, thank you. If you watch this, thanks. You're awesome. Had to bounce around. But from the way he was talking... And granted, he had to bounce around because of embargoes. But the way he talked... It sounded like it ended, but there was a hint... that there could be more.
Yeah, not a straight up. It's a to be continued.
Yeah. Yeah. That's like the only spoiler we're saying.
Yeah, only spoiler because it's
because neither one of us were expecting that. And honestly, if it is true, and like we've said, Lionsgate has not officially come out and said part 2 is happening.
Yep.
It's releasing on this. But if you go by what they said before all these rumors started, they were done.
Yeah, they were done.
So. And then these things happen. So I'm thinking if there is a part 2, it's soon.
Yeah.
And they might capitalize.
they did.
They might capitalize on Wicked and do a year.
There was supposedly reshoots happening, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, yes. So, they had reshoots, and that was rumored because that was where the whole...
Scoot back. You're, like, blinding the people.
Sorry. And that was where the whole... sorry. That was where the whole... debacle with the thing came in, but they also supposedly came out and said they already had planned those reshoots when they said that were based on that.
Right. Yeah.
So who knows if that those reshoots were because that's true.
Right.
So maybe this is it all along.
Yeah.
It's a mystery until whether
we'll
Lionsgate decides to debacle it or not.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if there's a press release either later today. I mean, there might be one out there right now, guys.
I might look on my phone right now. I probably should have done that. But
if there is one, comment in the comments. Say, hey, there's a press release.
If you heard, they've officially. But we're just saying, as far as we know.
Yeah. As far as we know,
Lionsgate has not officially said 2 is happening.
Yeah. Because
the rumor was 2 would happen if they make money. Yeah. I never truly believed that rumor because they knew this was going to make money.
Right.
So we'll see if we'll probably never really get the full story on that, even if they do say, hey, we'll probably get a little, this is why, blah, 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 but then we'll probably never get the full story on that.
No, we probably won't.
So, and that's not our business anyway.
No,
really.
It's not.
But it's really good.
It is a really good movie. We definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
Go see it. I mean,
if you like Michael Jackson,
you're gonna enjoy it. Remember, no singing in the theater.
Yeah.
Luckily, we didn't have anybody singing in our theater. We'll be fine.
I was silently.
You were silently going. We were just standing there bobbing in the chair.
Yeah,
and whatnot,
you can't help it.
You can't help. It's Michael Jackson. You can't help but dance your feet a little bit.
I think his gene, like him showing him like. Da, 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 doing those things.
It was really funny watching him go in the booth for the first time and having to learn to stand still.
Yeah,
he couldn't stand still and sing at the same time. It's funny, but
yeah, it was. It's just the little boy was a really good actor too.
He was very good.
He was really good young. It was just. It was good.
It was very good. We definitely recommend it. I would go and see it in the biggest theater you can.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys. Enough of us. Tell us what you guys think.
Yeah, if you've seen it, tell us
what you guys think.
If you have seen it, are you excited about the possibility of a part 2?
Yeah, if you have seen it, don't spoil anything in the comments. No spoilers in the comments. But yeah, tell us what you guys think. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. We need subscribers. We're trying to grow our channel. And I know we need to be better at posting stuff, but we are trying to grow our channel. So please subscribe.
Yes, and we have Facebook.
Yes, and we have Facebook. So anyway, anyway, guys, we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.